Hey guys, morning everybody, wherever you are, lovers, haters, people who like me, people who don't. It's always a pleasure because I'm still going to do what I'm going to do, whether you like it or you don't. But obviously, if you do like it, thank you. I appreciate you and support you, and I'm obviously appreciative of any positive feedback. Negative feedback, depending on the tone and the motivations, keep to yourself, or write it on a wall, or I don't know, put it into the internet ether, because I'm not going to lose any sleep over you folks, you negative folks, you people have nothing better to do with your time. So anybody who's not really aware of all of the things that I've been up to, I've decided I'm going to start doing this a couple of times a week, a bit of a progress report, if you will, because, well, nobody kicks their own ass harder than I do. There's probably a few who kick their own asses harder than I do, but look, I like to set myself challenges. I like to do it. I like to do good works in the community. I'm currently in Goulburn, so a bit of a different backdrop, whatever I'm hanging out. I'm in Goulburn. I've got a pretty cool meeting here with some extremely talented, brilliant people that I'm looking forward to working with on some projects going forward. So there'll be some announcements over that over the next few days. We're in a meeting here all day. So the beautifully cold Goulburn. So I've just been out for my morning run, just whacked out 20-minute run because, as we all know, I'm getting ready to do the City to Surf in about 3 months. So August 13th is the deadline date for the City to Surf. Now, the way I'm doing this is because I'm a sucker for punishment, maybe a bit mad, whatever you want to call it. What I've decided to do is the Andy Frisella 75-day hard challenge. Now, when he sort of sells this challenge, if you don't know what it is, I do recommend you check out Andy Frisella on YouTube and wherever the hell else you can find him. The dude's badass. I love it. No nonsense, no apologies, no patting you on the head and telling you that, no telling you that everything's all right when it's not. I made a post yesterday. Just it was a bit of a body shot, wearing a t-shirt. Thank Christ, I'm not going to traumatize you people too much. But I've lost a fair whack of weight, and what I have done is I've managed to stay under 90 kilograms now since I started. I committed to getting under 90 kilograms by Christmas. So I made that decision in December. I got to it. It took me about to my birthday, January, to kind of get below the 90, but I've kept it. And that's why I'm talking about it now. I'm relatively proud of the fact that after all this time, I've managed to keep it, because I've done it before. I've got under, and then within a week or whatever, too many beers, too many barbecues, too much good time, and you're back to being a fat fuck again. And yes, all those people who are worried about fat shaming, if you're not fat shaming yourself, you're not having a good hard look in the mirror and going, hey, where am I winning? Where am I losing? I've struggled to get the belly fat off. Now I'm working my ass off on it, and it's been coming down, and it's staying down consistently. For me, that's important. The fact that it's staying consistent, which is why I'm now happy enough, not to brag about it, but just to say, guys, I've been working really hard, just diligently. I used to get in this habit where I'd go down, I'd go to the gym, I'd go for fucking a week, I'd bust my ass, I'd sweat, and then I'd never want to move again, and I'd be like, yeah, well, I lost all this weight, and then I couldn't move, and then I'd never go to the gym again, and then I'd be sitting there going, fuck, I'll put it all back on. And that's, at the end of the day, that's counterproductive. So I've been working on it. And over the last sort of few weeks, I've come across this Andy Frisella who produces, he doesn't call it a fitness challenge, it's a life challenge. And I like life challenges because anybody who's not being challenged by life's not having a go either. So there's a couple of rules for Andy Frisella's challenge. Now, I'm going to time it so that the day of the City to Surf is the celebration day. I did this with Soldier On a couple of years ago when I did Soldier On, raised money for the veterans charity Soldier On. I made it so that the kilometres that had to be walked, our final destination was going to be the top of Mount Kosciuszko. I like having those little, where you celebrate, but you do something kind of out of the ordinary, something a bit unusual. So I'm going to make the 75th day of my 75-day hard challenge the City to Surf. Now, I have done the City to Surf before. I've waddled my way through it. I've set some goals there, but the 75 hard Andy Frisella challenge, which normally you would do, you go, right, I'm going to do it, and you lock in and you go, I've actually held back on it. Not that I'm not still working and grinding and working on my diet. Diet's going to be the one that's going to hurt me. Diet, I know that. The exercise I can be pretty consistent with. Diet's going to fuck me up. It's going to fuck me up. I know it. It's just, I'm an ex-chef, man. Good food, beer, wine, Anyways, this 75 hard program, and of course, anybody who wants to join the City to Surf running team, you don't have to be a runner. you just want to, tip in and help this good cause. So it's, the Pro Patria Centre in Wagga's Veterans Charity. We're going to be raising some money for them. We've got veterans who are going to be joining the team. They're going to be walking, running. I'm going to run at my pace, but we're going to have guys doing that. You're welcome to put your hand up. So I want to meet, I want to rock up on the day and I want to, tip in. We haven't worked out how the fundraising's going to work, whether we're going to charge ourselves a fee just to be part of it or, what we're going to do. But 75 hard is you must follow a diet. All right, what's that look like? He doesn't care what the diet is, but you commit to a diet and you stick to it. So it like he sort of says, you can do whatever diet, and every diet's wonderful if it's followed and consistent and whatever. If it's a bullshit diet, or if it's the best diet in the world and you don't follow it, it's not worth squirt a cat's piss. And if it's a very average diet but you stick to it, you'll see gains and you'll see improvement. So that's one of his rules on his 75 hard challenge. You've got to work out twice a day, or at 45 minutes twice a day. So arguably, once in the morning, once at night, depending on how your day breaks up. I have a feeling I'll probably end up mixing it up between, an hour in the morning and maybe 20, 30 minutes, like whatever of an evening. I'll break it up either way, but work out twice a day. And the catch is one of those workouts must be inside. So for the shiny folk who like just sort of hanging out in the gym and, listening to the tunes and, bopping along, I get it. But part of this is, if it's raining, tough shit, go out for a run. If it's raining, tough shit, get on your bike and go for a ride. You need 45 minutes outside, off you go. So that's pretty cool, and it sort of changes the game a little bit. He wants a progress picture every day. Now, they've got an app for that, so I'm not going to traumatise you folks with it. I might sort of every now and then I'll put something on where I'm wearing a T-shirt because I wouldn't want to give anybody any extra nightmares than is necessary. And one of the other challenges is a gallon of water a day. So, of course, I'll convert that from the Anks, which works out to be, 3-4 litres per day of drinking water. So the idea is to drink a shit ton of water, no alcohol. So for those of you who like to have a beer with me, you're going to have to wait until after August. I'm going to be dry as far as alcohol goes. And 10 pages of a real-world book. It's like not a novel, not a whatever. It's going to be like a self-helpy or a financial or a, learning something, making yourself better. It must be 10 pages of a book. Can't be an audio book. Do that in your own time. But as part of this challenge, you've got to do 10 pages of a book each day. Now, here's the kicker with the 75 hard challenge. And I'm going to ask anybody who's brave enough who wants to come along. You've got a couple of days to think about it. I'm starting this, I think, on the 30th. 30th, that drags me right up to, so the grand final day is the Sydney to Surf. If you miss one, you break one of those rules, you go back to day one. You start back at day one. So 75 days goes until you fuck up. Once you fuck up, so you could be on the 73rd day and you go, nah, look, fuck it, I'm just not going for a run. You're back to day number one. So that's going to hurt. That'll knock people around. It makes it. That's why it's called a challenge. It's a life challenge. If you can't cope with it, don't do it. But this is what we're doing. So I'm mixing in the 75 hard challenge starting as of the 30th with the City to Surf Pro Patria running team, fundraising team to be the grand final day. Look, I think if I can put a team together and we can raise a couple of $1,000s for the Pro Patria Centre on that particular project, I think that'll be a great thing. If you're not sure what they are, it's a veterans charity based out of Wagga. Wagga's obviously got Kapuka, which is, the training, whatever. And our government doesn't look after our veterans like they should. And since they're fucking hopeless at it, I'm going to do my little bit to try and help them. Simples. So that's in the works. I'm pretty happy with where I've been sort of at. I've lost a fair bit of weight. I've maintained it. Guys, we've got this project coming up and you're going to hear about it, I'd say, over the next week. So I'm not in Goulburn because I love the weather. The weather's sort of pretty shitty, but we thought it was a nice centralised spot for lots of people to catch up. And I'm expecting, there's probably 15, 20 of us getting together today to map out a plan. No, for those of you who are thinking I'm starting a political party, I'm not. I have no interest in starting a political party. I still have great friends in the Liberal Democrats, and I'm very, very supportive, generally speaking, of the Liberal Democrats in that context. I also like some of the One Nation folk. I like some of the Shooters, Fishers, Farmers folk. I like some of the independents, your Roy Butlers, your Phil Donatos. there are some good people showing up in Parliament, so I'm still going to be working to assist some of those guys getting in and out of Parliament. So look, it's a big week. I'm going to keep you updated with various things. We've got a few more adventures. The little man, he's busy at footy today, so he's flying solo. I'll give you some updates on what he's doing when he's kicking a few goals. He was busy helping me host the radio show at TEMFM the other night. Anyway, guys, look, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Just be aware that any of these projects I'm doing, if you want to participate, you want to help, you want to join in, there's nothing in it for me. Other than, look, the hard work stuff is for me. That's mine. The sweating, the losing weight, or whatever. But the pro patria raising money, the trying to fix Parliament type stuff, the can assist work, I've been sort of starting to help those guys out with some stuff. That's not for me. That's for everybody else. So that's for poor buggers who have fighting cancer and need some help. That's for people who are veterans who have come back from defending the country, whether you agree with it or not. They've put themselves on the line because they believe that they were serving our country. Now, that's a whole nother debate, but I do it for them, mate. They put their bodies and their everything on the line for us as Aussies, and I think the least I can do as a fat ass with a big mouth is to do a bit to raise some money for them and support them and create some opportunities for those programs to develop without begging the government for handout, because that's not my thing. Everybody have a great day. Go kick some ass. And look, keep your eye out. There's some big, cool stuff coming in. I can't do it all alone. I need people to help me out. Otherwise, I'm just pissing into the wind. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.